So the third poem I'm going to go over is called Across the Creek is the Other Side of the River. And I'll just go ahead and read it and then go over it a little bit. So, no darkness steps out of the woods, no angel appears. I listen, no word. I look, no thing. Eternity must be hiding back there. It's done so before. I can wait, or I can climb, like Orpheus through the sick organs of my body. I guess I'll wait, at least until tomorrow night, or the day after. And if the darkness doesn't appear, that's a long time. And if no angel, it's longer still. So, for me, this is obviously someone on their deathbed. This is someone either on their deathbed or close to it who knows that they're sick and knows that they're dying. And so they're sort of done. You know, that all they have is this last creek to cross to reach the river. And they're just waiting to be able to do so. And they're sort of struggling with the idea of getting there quicker or keep this slow dying going on. So it sounds to me like someone who lays there and they're waiting for it to happen and it doesn't ever seem to happen. They're not really sure if they're going to heaven or hell. He says darkness, but darkness I equate to hell. And the angels, of course, you know, most people would equate that to heaven. So I think there's a sort of a struggle on which direction he's going in. So it seems like the person is perhaps a little uncomfortable with death, a little uncomfortable with what that means exactly, and so we're not quite sure if it's something that they want to accept. Maybe they're in a lot of pain, and so part of them wants to climb, as he says, and just get it over with and die, and another part of him thinks, oh, I'll just sit this out, you know, if it doesn't happen today, it's okay, you know, it can happen tomorrow or the day after, you know, so it's almost as though the person is a little unsure that they'll be comfortable dying because they're not really sure where they're going. And they know that if darkness doesn't come, then they'll have to suffer longer. And if the angels don't come, well, then they'll suffer longer also. But at least the angels would be something positive or something, you know, nice to look forward to versus the darkness. And I think that's why he's saying that if the angels don't come, then it's even longer. So I do see this as, again, a little pessimistic. Someone's dying, it's depressing, it's certainly not nature as far as, I mean, we have the night and the day, but we don't really have the caribou that I thought we were going to have in this book, and it's not really about animals, it's more about life, and, you know, life sometimes isn't great, and I'm not sure if later in his life, Mr. Charles Wright has, you know, come to terms with the fact that life is in a happy-go-lucky place, and that's what he's chosen to write about. Life, the real thing, even the ugly, and death, which some people are very afraid of because they're not sure if they're going to darkness or if an angel's coming to get them.